Thank you very much, Chris. Gail Nyberg is joining me. She's the executive director of the food bank. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you have had a food drive on since March.
Very end of March, yes.
Yep, and that is wrapping up in the next couple of days.
Saturday is the last day of our food drive. We set goals for £300,000. We're about 2/3 of the way there in the money totals, only about 1/3 in the food. So we're really hoping this Fill the Banks, the Shaw Media campaign, can help us stock our shelves.
So are we. That's the thing. Shaw is jumping in. As a corporation, we all are going to be helping out, trying to get the food banks filled, and people, we're hoping that everyone at home as well will help us. And you can bring food down here to 121 Bloor. We also are going to be taking donations up at Barbara Green, and it's always at fire halls as well.
At fire halls, yes, and all the donations dropped off at fire halls after today will be credited to Fill the Banks, the Shaw Media campaign that's running not just here in Toronto, but right across the country.
You know what, we're going to have an ad running on our channels as well, just telling people about this initiative. And I shot that for Shaw, and I was shocked when I was just going through my script a few days ago, and I was down at the food bank to see the number of people that rely on the food bank every month and every year.
Well, in the GTA, there was over 1 million serves last year. In Toronto, in the portion that Daily Bread serves, it's almost 800,000 a year, and 150,000 meals provided in meal programs. It's pretty staggering to think about that, and when you think about that 36% of the people who use food banks are children, it's a pretty compelling story of why people should try to help.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, this is making the difference as to, for a lot of kids, whether or not they're going to school hungry that day, is the help that they're going to get from the food bank.
You know, I used to be in the school board, and I was one of the trustees who kind of started breakfast programs. And so this jump to food banks for me was pretty natural because, you know, kids who are hungry, they're hungry in the summer when the school breakfast program isn't running. They're hungry on the weekends, and so food banks is kind of a natural extension of that. And, you know, the breakfast programs are good, but we need to feed the whole family.
What are you looking for specifically?
In terms of food, we're looking for canned fish or meat, canned fruit or vegetables, rice, pasta sauce, peanut butter. Baby formula is always a big one for us. Hearty soups and stews, beans and lentils, all of the kinds of things that will go a long way and help a family get some good nutrition as well. I
was so impressed with the volunteers as well when I was down at the food bank. There are so many people giving their time there to sort through the food that's coming through and to get it where it has to go. Just amazing people.
We could not operate our organization and most food banks right across the country without volunteer labor, because we bring in large amounts of food at different times, and you couldn't hire that many people, and it's through the goodness of volunteers that we're able to get the food sorted and then out into the food banks, because it makes no sense if it's in one location. You know, food in South Etobicoke, where our location is not very helpful to somebody in North Scarborough. So we've got to get it sorted and on the trucks and out to the local banks.
Well, we would love for people to get involved with the Shaw campaign as well, and help us reach our goals and get the food bank filled. So you can go to all Toronto fire halls, you can come right here to 121 Bloor Street East or 81 Barbara Green Road as well to make those donations, and that's going to run through to May 11th. Go to morningshow.ca for more information. Gail Nyberg, Executive Director of the Food Bank, thanks for dropping by.
Thanks, Lisa.
We appreciate it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.